All right, welcome back. This is 7R Music, 7R Podcast. I'm your host, Wade Williams, also known as KingWadeFu, 7R Music Representative, CEO. I have some special guests in the house today, or rather this morning. We have La Hawaiiana. She is the R&B pop / she does everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A little bit of everything.
Reggaeton, whatever, you know. But we have her in the building, La Hawaiiana. She is back. She had a awesome run back in the day. I remember her with other labels, but she's with us now, and I'm very happy we have her with us. We also have Tatiana, which also known as Queen Dade. She's what? Are you from the 305?
From the 305.
Okay, and she's in Jacksonville. She's Duval and 305.
All day.
She's another veteran. She's been in the game for a very long time, and I'm happy to have her on my label as well. And we also have a special guest by the name of D.
Yo.
What's up, D? D, where you actually from, man?
I'm from Tennessee, bro.
Wow, Tennessee. I've been to Tennessee. I've been to Nashville. Where are you?
Chattanooga. We like
how far
hours.
Is that? 2 hours from that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I like they had little rocks on the side of the road when you drive.
Yeah.
Nashville, yeah, I like that, man. It's y'all got some good restaurants out there too.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah, so we have La Hawaiiana, we have special guest D, and we have Miss Dade, Queen Dade. So this interview we're gonna get in depth because this is the first time I had a chance to interview like ladies. You know, we always get the guy side of point of view, but we never get the ladies. So this is I'm a little nervous because I ain't never done the ladies. So okay, so just bear with me.
Better watch out.
Yeah, watch what I say. Right. Okay.
Questions. Right.
All right. Okay. So we will start with La Hawaiiana. Okay. First, La Hawaiiana, a lot of people are questioning your nationality. Can you please tell the people? Sometimes I get confused. That shit, she's just mixed, man. So
I'm a mutt.
Yeah. Can you explain to them? Ask for your nationality.
Yes, I'm Hawaiian and Filipino.
Okay, Hawaiian and Filipino. Y'all heard that, right? Okay. And so how long have you actually been doing music, and what made you start music?
Well, since my dad's watching, I think my dad's watching.
Hey, Dad.
So,
hey, Dad.
I've been singing since I was like 5 years old, but getting into the music like from 2010, like actually being signed to a label.
Okay.
And I did about 5 years with them. I had a good run. I had a lot of Spanish people in the industry, did a few features, and I don't know, I just got into Spanish music because I used to love Selena.
Oh,
so
yeah. I
grew up,
I
grew up
movie.
singing it, and I know everything about that girl, so I was like obsessed with her. But my dad, he's the one that got me into music. He's a performer.
Oh, okay. Awesome. So your dad was what type of, what genre did he do?
My dad does everything. My dad started off, he loves Elvis, so, and the Bee Gees.
Okay,
and,
okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice background.
Yeah,
okay.
so he's been doing it since he was on the ship when he was in the military.
Okay, so you would say this is actually in your blood?
It is definitely in my blood.
Wow. So do you have any brothers or sisters that are into music, or
No.
No.
I'm the only one out of my siblings that is into music. Just me and my dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all relationship, how would you, characterize that relationship with you and your dad?
It's awesome. Everything. Okay. My dad is my everything. So nice. When we do music, it's like it's our hobby together. It's something that we have together. That's something that I cherish.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Good. So let me ask you this: as for being a female in the industry, what is your advice to up and coming females that go through? Because this industry is vicious. It can be vicious. And explain a little bit of something about your journey through the music business as a female and what you're up against. And sometimes it's male dominated. So explain to the people, how you feel about that.
Well, first off, it's really hard to as a female to be in the music industry. A lot of people feel that the only way to go up is to do a few things, how would I explain that, Tati? I'm just saying, like a lot of people, like you run into a lot of guys that will tell you that you're going to make it and all this, and, they
want you to do things you don't really have to do.
Right. To get where you need to get.
Yeah,
right.
To be where you need to be at.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know, and like my dad always told me, I have the voice. Mm-hmm. I just have to share it with the world, know, and I think with my lyrics, and doing writing and, hopefully with people that do want to be in this position, they just got to come from the heart. Music has changed a lot over the years, and I kind of want to bring it back to where it actually has a meaning.
Nice.
Definitely.
Everything else is just, you could talk about a trash bag and it's like a hit, and it's like, why? So I want to, you talk about your experience and what you've been through, and stuff like that. So
good.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go back and forth between you females. Okay, do you mind me doing that?
Course.
Yeah, we're gonna bounce back and forth. Okay, so we'll get back to La Hawaiiana. I have a lot of stuff to ask you, so don't worry. So we're talking to Queen Dade. All right, like I say, Miss 305 Duval. She's been more of on the hip hop side of things. That's even more vicious when you're doing the hip hop stuff.
Yeah.
So, explain to me your history with music, your family, and explain what motivated you to do music from the beginning. And then also, like La Hawaiiana explain about how this industry can be vicious when it comes to females. Go ahead.
Well, I will say that me and her have this connect because my father also does music.
Wow.
And he's an entertainer and he sings. So he travels all around the world.
Oh, nice.
Wow. So, I mean, that, and I can't say because my mama watching. I got some stuff from her too.
Right.
I don't want to hear about that later, but I got some stuff from her too. Yeah. I mean, at first coming into it, it was really kind of hard because, you see girls like Foxy Brown, Lil' Kim, the old school vets back in the day, and you feel like you see how they came out. They came out with little or nothing on. So I first started, I really felt like I had to do that, come out with little or nothing on,
wow.
in order to,
Grab
get that attention that I thought I needed until it took me to look at my daughters and be like, I don't want them to ever see this like this.
Yeah.
So, you have to change your ways. I mean, me too. My mom is African-American. My father's African-American and Cuban.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Dang, I didn't know that.
No, a lot of people don't until they see the tattoo on the legs. What is that? Oh, yeah. So my father's Cuban and my mom's black. So, I mean, it's a lot when it comes to it. Like I said, we kind of got the story sounds similar. Really similar. But, I mean, it's hard. I've been through a lot, and just as well as she been in there. I've been in here for a minute. I actually this is where I met Wade, actually, us rapping together. So, I mean, I had opportunities, and it gets hard as you get out there more. I mean, some people know I've done songs with Chris Brown. I have one with him called Broken Hearted. I have one with Trina talking about called This Life. Working, I have a few stuff with like DJ Mustard and stuff. Like me and the hubby was talking about that earlier. Just certain things. But a lot of people look at us like you're females. If you don't drop that one hit, then you're not going to go anywhere.
Right.
Wow. And it does follow us because we females, and it's really we have to take it at advantage and do what we have to do in order to make it. Otherwise, we're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, we got to work twice as hard.
Yeah, we got to work extra hard.
Yeah.
I mean, they looking for your looks, your music, the sound, whether you moving, your body. They look for all of it.
Right. So let me ask you, ladies rather. Let me ask you this. So when it comes to, let's talk about the Jacksonville scene. Performing in the Jacksonville scene. When it comes to the Jacksonville scene, I mean, how do you feel? I mean, do you like the scene here, or do you think it's holding you back? And La Hawaiiana's laughing. She got a lot to say about this. I know there's a lot of wannabes. Okay,
right.
So let's talk about this. Let's start with La Hawaiiana. What do you feel about the Jacksonville music scene as a whole?
To be honest?
Yeah, to be honest,
Honestly, I feel that Jacksonville is pretty much a crab bucket.
True. I mean, everybody knows that.
Okay, so everybody's trying to get up out of here, one way or another.
Yeah.
There are a lot of artists here in Jacksonville. I've ran through so many people, really good people that still haven't even made it, and I'm kind of wondering why. You guys are awesome. Like, why are you still here? And it's hard. Jacksonville's a hard place. There's not a lot of followers.
Right.
There's not a lot of people that want to, be behind you when you start doing music. They'll sit there and be like, oh, yeah, you're so good and all that. But when your shows come, you don't see them.
No.
Yeah.
Right?
You don't.
So when you talk about fan base, my biggest fan base used to be in Tampa. And I barely went over there.
Wow.
But when I was in the Spanish industry, like, it was crazy. Like, Tampa, Savannah, all of them, like, they're really good, like, supporters.
Right.
But here, it's kind of hard. You have to do a lot to get attention.
Right.
You know, I can have many people in my inbox all day long. Hey, you're fine, this and this and this, but you don't even know me. You know, like, I don't know you. So, you know, it's just, oh my God. It's really harder. It's harder for women, really I'm telling you, because they see, oh, she's a singer, she's an artist, okay, whatever. You know, does she look good? You know, is she, you know, it's
they do put that title on y'all.
Yeah. It really does.
They really do.
And that's why I feel that when I do go out, I have to dress up, because I'm just like, before when I used to walk out, I used to have like these little girls come up to me and be like, I went to your show before this and this and this. And, you know, you wanna look good for them as well, you know, especially when their parents are also following you.
Right.
So, yeah, positive energy.
It's important. What about you, Miss Dade?
Well. I say the same thing.
Yeah.
It's really more of a crab pot, like she said. Everybody's trying to get out.
Right.
And if you don't have what it takes, you're going to be in the bottom. Yeah. No matter what. It's, to me, honestly, when I first started this, they told me this. If you want to make it and be known worldwide, you must start hitting little cities first. But my first place was a college town. If you hit up a college town, you have to think about the college students. They don't all live there where they go to colleges. So if they listen to your music there, they're going to go back home.
Yeah.
And they're going to listen to it. And you have people, oh, who was that? Who was that? This is such and such. So now you got another follower and another fan that's going to be add to it.
Now, I will say this. That is absolutely true, because even with my brother, he went to Tallahassee.
Right.
You know, he did a lot. He got a lot of radio play there.
Right.
And it seemed like he exploded. That's around the T-Pain and, you know, T-Pain and, Cash era.
And the colleges is where it's at. I mean, they're the one who's playing the music. They're the one who's running it. They're the one. I mean, it don't matter. You go to a college town, you're gonna hear something from somewhere. Like I do that here. Like if I listen to music here in Jacksonville, and I go down south where my people at in Marathon or Key West or Miami. If I go down south, the music that we listen to up here, we don't hear down there.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, like what is this? Or this is new. And like I said, it's just really, really, it throws you off. It throws you off.
Yeah,
it really does throw you off.
That's deep. Let's talk to D a little bit, okay? So we have Miss Dade's husband, D.
Yeah.
By the way, he did a session with 7R when he was just now, joining us. But he went in the booth and it was just a killer. So just to get on you real quick, like, what was your influence as an artist? And you're our special guest today. So,
yeah. What made me start it was when Lil Wayne came out with the Squad CDs when they were rapping over everybody's beat.
Okay.
So me and my brother we used to sit in the car and play their song.
Right.
But we rapped over them. That's how I learned how to write beats. Because I knew they words, but I just put what I would say and go over it. You know what I'm saying? Then make a hook and and I was like, hold on, he doing this and I'm just doing it. I was playing. And I'm up there with him. I'm finna do it. I'm finna run it.
Yeah. You like, I can do this.
Yeah,
right?
They say this they best work, and it just took me 2 minutes.
Okay. So what did you and your wife, like Dade, when did y'all come about? I remember Dade way back. She was, and I'm gonna be straight up with you. She was always about her business.
Yeah.
It was never on some people try. She wasn't hearing it. It was about her music.
She taught me a lot.
Yeah.
That I didn't know about the music. All I knew is, give me a beat, I can write and make a song.
Right.
She started talking to me about EPKs and pictures and
like, what is
and
that?
I'm like, what? I just told you I could write songs.
Right.
Like you talking about what is the EPK?
Yeah, electronic press kit. So
she got me out the box quick because my music was.
He had the same beats for everything. They all sounded alike.
Louisiana beats.
I was like, get out of there.
I'm straight Louisiana because that's the rappers I listen to.
Right.
Louisiana. So I'm picking theirs.
Right.
And she just telling me, you gotta, what you doing? I just rap my song I thought was gonna be the best.
Right.
And she stopped me in the middle like, nah, let me tell you. This Louisiana trip you on, you need to let that go.
Okay.
So I'm like, but I took it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning a lot, even dealing with you now. Yeah. I know the business side.
Right.
So I feel
you feel better, right?
I can really take over now.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
Feel like a boss.
Yeah.
And I would say this to all of you, when you're dealing with like a label like mine, there's so many personalities and so many things that could knock you off course.
Right.
You get sidetracked, and just know that as a CEO, I got your best interest. Right. I'm not trying to, get money from you or out of you. You know what I mean? We do this as a team. You know what I mean? And I know you guys are encountering some different things in our label, but just remember, it is a journey. You see what I'm saying?
for
And
sure.
everything is not always going to be perfect. You know, but as a team, we need to come together and make things happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right, back to La Hawaiiana. Okay, so let me ask you this. I know sometimes being an artist, when you get like a label like mine, right? The first thing gonna come like, oh, do you like somebody in the label or what's going on? Like, explain to them, like,
The
you know,
personal stuff.
it's always business first. You know what I
You're
mean?
right,
It's
it
always
is.
business
It
first.
is.
You know, you can't predict what's gonna happen, but
Right.
I can honestly say to the fans that are out there, La Hawaiiana came to me on some business. It was never on some sideways or anything like that. So just
Right.
talk about that a little bit.
Well, first off, being with a bunch of guys,
Right.
it is.
You get stereotype and
Oh, of course, yeah, definitely. But everybody, I mean, I've had a few encounters with a few of them, but
Yeah.
they're good people, you know.
right.
And
Overall, yeah.
you know, it was just misunderstandings and things like that. But they always came to me, like as a man, you know, talking to me about it, and everything is professional
Right.
when it comes to music. Like even when I get with Q, you know, we just get down to business.
Right.
And even when I'm on stage and Blaze gets up there, like he helps me. He hypes the whole crowd up.
Right.
And then we got Dead Raw. Dead Raw is just raw.
Yeah,
like
he's raw, yeah.
he's dope. And I'm glad that he's in, you know, over here. And I'm so glad that you let a lot of people in as well when we're performing.
Right.
You know, you give everybody that opportunity, and that, you know, it gives everybody hope, you know? So I love being where I'm at right now. Like I'm perfectly fine where I'm at. So
All right, good,
you know, I'm excited to see whatever is gonna happen. You're right, we do run into things a lot.
Right.
And we're gonna learn from it.
Right.
You know, and that's just how it has to be. So yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Dade, as for you, you know, being on a label, even though you have a husband, I'm still sure, you know, you're an attractive black woman. And people
Yes,
are still,
you are.
yeah, people are still, no, just be honest, you know, people are still gonna try you. You know, you can have a husband. You know, this industry, like I said, is vicious, but you have to maneuver as a woman, you know, and lead by example. So talk a little bit about that, because I'm sure, you know, people come at you, you know, and your husband like, wait a minute, is he official, or is he trying to talk to you? Or,
They all trying
Right.
to figure
You know,
out if he's official right now,
right,
because
right.
you know, everybody seen me. I've always been solo.
Right,
I've
right,
never
right.
been out there with anybody else. But when that type of attention comes, I'm really more of, like you said from the jump, I'm really about my business.
right.
So if I notice or I feel like it's not business, then
Walk
you know,
away.
I walk away from
Yeah.
it. If you come in my inbox, I will block you if I feel, you know, I mean, if I pay attention to that, I'm not gonna be focused on what I want to do and where I'm supposed to be.
Right.
And I had to learn that like the hard way. We did stuff back in the day, you know how we did. I mean, I learned a lot from it. The shows and stuff like that. That's why I'm looking for like the whole thing with 7R. I can see us just like more shows. We got stuff planning. We got things we want to do. So you got major moves and stuff. And you know, it's a lot. It really is. I look at it as a new goal, a new goal, because this is where I started off before we did shows. Before I did my first show, actually, where you from Hawaii, and it was just like it gives you that fire. You be like, oh my God, I'm finally. But you know, sometimes you just gotta sit back out. Like you
gotta
always
watch,
say,
yeah.
you gotta watch. At the end of the day, you can't do anything by yourself. You need a family, and that's what this is. So
Right.
it's respected.
You know, I try to tell people too, from you ladies, well, you know, with this industry, you don't have to have a major record deal.
Right.
You could still be so popular to where you can go on stage and get about what 10 racks a show.
Yeah.
And shoot, that's more than people
Yeah.
get. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
you can
imagine you got
fit
3 shows in one day.
everybody
That's
else.
5 racks
Yeah.
a piece.
Yeah.
So don't always get caught up in, I got to get a major deal.
Right.
You're already on a label, right?
Right.
So the key is getting your name out there. You know, starting to get a lot of shows, build that momentum to where people are asking for us. Because right now we're doing numbers.
Right.
Let's be real. In Jacksonville, for those that are seeing this out here, first 2 shows. I mean, I'm not going to tell you the numbers.
Right.
But we are doing very well as a company. So, and you know, I want to get to a point where I can start compensating my artists. That's the goal. Okay.
Yeah, right.
I don't want you guys to be rocking with me and just dead broke and not get nothing out of it. So, we are getting to the digital world where we start see if we can get some sales out of you guys too. So
Right.
that's next. Okay. So, let me ask you guys, UD and Tatiana and La Hawaiiana. Let me ask you this. the industry now, who do you like? Like, what's some of your inspirations that are out now? Even though I know it's, some artists you may be thinking it's like bubblegum or whatever you want to call it. But tell me who influenced you as of this era. I'm gonna start with La Hawaiiana.
Man, this era. Can we go back to the 90s?
See that?
I was just about to say, hey, whoever I'm with.
Today's artist. I need you to.
That's a hard one.
It is. I don't know. Like from this time, I don't listen to this music. Like
Really?
It's like Chris Tucker. I don't understand none of the words coming out their mouth.
Like I said, you can rap about a trash bag and it will make a hit. Like I don't listen to trash. I like to listen to things like.
So you don't like? Let me ask you something. So you from the rapper scent? Y'all don't like Cardi B?
Oh yeah, Cardi B's good.
Yeah, she's good.
She's good.
Well, what do you like about her? I need you to explain what you like about her.
Her flow. I like her flow. I like how she's different. That's another thing. When you see Cardi B, you see Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? They're always like. I know they got into a fight recently.
It's more of a competition with them two. Okay. I believe Nicki was up there high.
Yeah.
And stake, and then Cardi B just came in and just
out of nowhere.
And then Nicki's I'm threatened.
Yeah.
It's another but see, that's another thing we go through as females. They feel threatened.
Yeah.
By who comes.
Really? Y'all so y'all really have that when
it's like
when
that
we did the show?
That's why I had y'all both come in here because I wanted to bring y'all together. Ain't no, you know what I mean? I wanted y'all to be on the same tip after this interview.
But see, the good thing about her is that she has her own, her own way, of doing shit. And sorry. And
it's okay.
And me, I have my own way. So I feel that me and her are equal. Like, I feel that I want to work with her. I want to do a song with her. I want to do something where, they're singing and rapping. And, we kill it. We'd both kill Nicki Minaj together, So it's like, I'm just saying, like, I don't have influences as of now, but as in in the 90s, so many, like Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Christina Aguilera was okay, that's another example. They put Britney Spears out there. She only knew how to dance. She didn't know how to sing. Right. But that's what she was saying. Yeah. You have to have the look and all you got to do is lip sync. But that's one thing I refuse to do.
Yeah, I noticed you do your stuff live. Yeah. What was the influence behind that?
I am the type of person, I like to watch YouTube and it has to be live. Like if I watch something, I got to see a concert. I feel the hype from it. And as long as I hear my own voice, I know and I see the crowd getting all hyped and
so it's
and
really
I know
you.
I know I'm doing something, So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Dade, let me ask you this. So if you had everything the way you had wanted it, like what do you see your career like? What do you see?
Because I do so much,
you had it exactly the way you wanted.
Can I be honest? Let's just take all this music that's on the radio off because I'm really it's sad. I'm getting in the car. No, just cut it. And YouTube will be my best friend with the little plug in. It's really it's hard. I don't even know. To be honest with you, I'm trying to figure out how certain people now even break ways to make it.
Yeah.
Because the music that's being played, it's like, so do we have to jump on their level?
Right.
Do we have to rap like they rap? Do we have to do the things that they do in order to be known or get known for something? Yeah. What
so let me explain that too. So when it comes to the big industry, the big labels, what happens is they are in control of a lot of what's going out. Okay. Right. The artist may go in like you. Let's say you got Epic Records called me and say, hey, look, we want your artist, blah, blah, blah. We go at the table. Once you sign with them, they have they go by stats. They're looking at a computer, what sells, and then they were like, listen, Tanya, we know you coming in here wanting this, but we have factual stats.
Right.
This works.
Right.
So we need you to make songs like this. We have writers for you. Are you going to be willing to, if that ever comes about, would you be able to adjust to the label's needs and wants, and according to the stats, this what works?
I've been in that predicament already.
Okay.
So to sit in front of a label and them tell me, it was different though. It was going back on how they used to dress back in the day. I had a good song. They liked it. They loved it. But you got to come out here. If Nicki Minaj has this on, you got to come harder with this on. and everybody knows what Nicki and Cardi B have on. So it's like, if you want to make it, you gotta go beyond them.
You gotta blow your ass.
Yeah, so that basically means I'm finna be on stage in a bathing suit. Basically, is what you're trying to tell me.
Right.
Wow. And I had to turn it down, but it's more of a respect thing to me.
Right. You wasn't raised like that.
I wasn't,
okay.
And it's not. If it looks bad, it really does look bad. Especially like I have kids, so I turned down a lot of stuff behind it.
Yeah, because family's first. Your health and family's first.
Not only that, kids. That's who's on YouTube all the time. That's what they're watching.
Oh, people don't realize all those numbers is really kids.
I'm telling you, it's all kids.
Oh, yeah.
It is all kids. My followers on my song that I have, like the 16,000 views, they're younger people. And it's crazy because, like I said, we don't listen to the same music. Like our generation, we don't listen to what everybody's listening to. So it's the little kids that are listening to it. You got 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds listening to it. So we have to respect ourselves so that they know when they get older, this is not the way to go. So
they need to be on that old school.
So
I'm telling you,
hip hop back in the day, the old school rock the mic type stuff, everything back in the day told stories, and we don't hear that except from KingWadeFu, rest in peace. But he told stories. Right. Back in the day, you have all of the old artists, they told stories. All of their rap were through stories. Right. Same thing with singers, all through stories. My father put me up on that. He's like, when you hear them old school jams back in the day and stuff like, they telling a story.
It actually makes sense.
It's a story.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So let me ask you ladies, like, when it comes to this profession, I mean, when you come home after a show, like, what is it like? Because you're a parent, both of you are parents. So, like, what is it like when you come home? How does your child receive? Hey, mom, where you been? Or like, how do y'all deal with that as parents? Because me, I don't have children. So, but go ahead. Yeah, explain. We'll start with La Hawaiiana. What is that like coming home late night? Your child. Tell me. Explain that.
My kids know that. My whole family's musical, so they know when I'm doing a show, they're respectful of it. They come back, Mommy, how was your show? How did you do? Can I see the video? Like they get into it as I do, and sometimes they even give me pointers. They'd be like, Mom, you should have did this, or you should have wore that. You gotta change it. But sometimes I listen to them because, like I said, 13, 14 years old, they know what's going on. Mm-hmm. They see stuff.
Right.
So.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, they're big supporters. Even my mom, they're all big supporters. Like, you see when we have our shows, my mom has her Filipino friends there, and I'm just like, I know y'all don't understand what's going on, but
you're there.
Just vibe with it.
Keep going. Yeah, and they do. And they record it, and they're like, you did so good, and this, and I'm like, thanks.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
to have a family like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. What about you, Dade?
My household is crazy. I swear. I mean, I'll wake up to my girls, and just spitting something from my line, and then they'll pick at me when I come back, be like, Dad, did Mama do this move? Because she always doing this move, and she do this move, and then I got them up there talking about it, and I'm like, I don't do that. I don't. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yeah, they start mocking.
They do.
Yep.
But we do freestyle battles through our house. So that's just because my girls, and I can't wait, but at the same time, I'm hoping they stay with the college mind frame.
Yeah,
so I will say this, and too, I want to bring this to the point to the people out there on Facebook and IG. We're in a pandemic. You guys are still doing very well through the pandemic. I mean, explain a little bit of that, facing what's going on in the world, the political situation. Like, we've gone through a lot, but you guys, when we do shows, you bring your fans, and we're doing numbers now. To be doing that now, just imagine when the market opens back up, how successful you're going to be. So I'm glad I'm interviewing you now. Because when it takes off,
I'm getting down because
I'm gonna play it.
I'm gonna call La Hawaiiana. Hey, look, we got a show. She'll be like, you talk to my secretary. Well, secretary.
Yeah, that's right.
She done switched already. She done switched up already.
Done this.
Yeah, like Dave, where you at? Hey, look, man, look, I'm on a plane right now. What's up? Like,
I mean, it's hard. Yeah. It really, the pandemic thing is hard. It's like family wise too, because you used to going to be around your family and seeing your family. Like me, it's the same thing with the music. Like, I'd be like, oh my God, I want to go home. I want to go home. And my girls would be like, what do you mean? You already home? I'm like, no, I want to go home. You want to go back and see people. I mean, I be all over, but majority of my family is like Key West, Marathon, Florida, going up to Fort Lauderdale. Then you got Miami. And we can't go down there because things in Key West are shut down. everything is shut down, so we can't be around the family. So our main focus now, because of the pandemic, is our jobs and what we doing,
right?
Which is the music. But I'm not gonna lie, it gives us more motivation.
Yeah,
because you gonna push hard. Like, I gotta get this done. Oh, I done sat down and write a track. Oh, I gotta go to the studio because I know my husband the same way. Every time he sit down, oh God, love you, baby.
So
it's crazy.
So D, let me ask you. So it may get to a point where, because Dade is back, La Hawaiiana is back, and you coming too. So it may get to a point where she's on the road doing her tour. And let's say her and La Hawaiiana on tour together, and they're doing a tour, and then your tour is maybe overseas or something. It could be a solo tour. How are you and her going to be able to still run that family, still be husband and wife, and conduct yourself in a professional manner? Because, when you get in this industry, like I said, you're going to be exposed to a lot, and being that, you're married, it gets rough. It's not easy, So explain how in the future, if you see that future, if it's like that, how would you be able to,
well, for one,
handle that?
FaceTime every day. Whatever. That's my best friend, so I ain't worried about none of that. Okay, that's how we gonna.
Y'all remind me of Cardi B and what, Offset?
Yeah, that's
Everybody compare y'all to them.
Go ahead. She my everything. So that level, I won't worry about nothing. And the kids, we'll keep up with them too. Same thing. They know what to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And La Hawaiiana, as for you, I'm sure that special man is going to come one day, or whenever it comes, or you may already have it. I don't know. But when so when that comes, how are you going to be able to adjust your time with your future husband, and how are you going to work that out?
Well, it's like I told you in the beginning, if they can't respect what I want to do, or they're not on board with me, then it's a waste of my time. Like I said, music is a big part of my life, and it's my history. So anybody that I've been with, I've had people that they weren't on board. They didn't want me to do it. They wanted to keep me in the house, and just didn't want nobody to see me. Right. And then you wake up. You know what I'm saying? Then you wake up and you're like, what the hell am I doing? You're like, this is my life. So there are a lot of people that still live back in the day that think that, the wife has to cook, clean, and do everything for you.
Right,
but now, like with everything going on now, it's a lot different. Like, women are taking over. And I hate to say that, but women are taking over, and we feel that we have to play that leading role now. We have to be independent, because if we're not, what man is going to respect you? Yeah, sure. So
that is true.
So that's just how I feel. But if anybody comes along, then yes. Then if they're not on board with me or have some kind of love or passion for music, then we won't have nothing in common.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a common ground when it comes to, and then while we're on the topic of like relationships, I think it's a common ground to where, well, even according to the good book, the word, women still have to be somewhat submissive, okay, but not a slave. Because somebody do this every 5 seconds. Right, that's the difference from being submissive and then being a slave. So I just think it needs to be common ground. Like, if he wants you in the house, to cook or hold it down, but then, hey, listen, I don't forget now, I got a show tonight. Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's I feel like that's very important. So let me ask you this too. As for 7R. What is your goals? Both of your goals as for 7R. Will you like to see this label? And of course, I'm gonna push until as long as I'm on this earth, we push it. Right. But what is your idea of 7R? Where do you see 7R in you guys' minds?
Take off.
Hell yeah.
Take off?
It's a take off.
Mm-hmm. I see so many people that are a part of this.
Right.
Yeah. If one makes it, we all make it.
That's true.
So that's how I look at it.
So true. Yeah. I tell everybody this too. Like, I'd rather have, like, even though we're our own entity, but it wouldn't mind if the deal's right, they come to one of our artists, like a big major label. I'll do the deal, but it has to be right for y'all. Right. I'm gonna make sure it's right. But we just got to make sure we as a unit, hold it down, and we stick to the plan and what we're trying to do. But if a label comes along and everything's right, yeah, we'll do business. But at the same time, there still has to be a compromise there.
It does.
Whether it's money, whether it's whatever y'all vision of your music has to be, it has to be a compromising situation.
Whatever is comfortable, right?
Yeah, whatever's comfortable. So if you guys had a city to where you would want to do a concert right now, which city would that be and why?
I'm going home.
You going home to
Dade.
305?
I'm going to the 305.
I want to go there too.
305.
Really? So do I need to book a show in Miami for y'all? Is it that serious?
I ain't never been.
Over there.
I ain't never been.
I'm
You never been to Miami?
I'm
I've been to
already
South
ahead
Beach.
of him.
I've been to South
And you.
Beach. I love it. Yeah, I got some stories to tell you about South Beach. Man, you know. Another studio I want to have y'all go to, and some of those in Miami know what I'm talking about. The Hit Factory. Have you been in the Hit Factory?
Been there.
You been there?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of celebrities go through there.
Yeah, we who was it I met? That's where I met Trina when I went down to do
Yeah,
the feature.
she hang out in there. Yeah,
Yep.
you're right. Yeah,
That's
I
where I
believe you.
did
D, have you been to Hit Factory?
No.
Yeah, you need to go. Yeah. And I'm gonna bring La Hawaiiana. It's definitely a place where a lot of the celebrities hang out.
Oh yeah.
Even if they come to town, they go to the Hit Factory to record.
Nice.
Yeah, I was there with Cash and T-Pain.
I need to get there.
Yeah.
I said take me back to 305.
We on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We on the way.
because we've been talking about it. I'm 305 all day. Just take me back home.
Yeah. So La Hawaiiana, let's talk about your music again. You're a very diverse person. What genre you want to attack this go around? Like where are you trying to pinpoint your music here?
When I started with you, it was supposed to be around K-pop, something similar to that. But it's like I'm kind of going to the other way, where it's like maybe like R&B, a little bit of Spanish in it.
Okay.
A lot of Spanish people are taking over. Like you hear like 97.9, you got Spanish music playing now. Right. So anything that's popping right now, I'm willing to do whatever.
Okay. So keep in mind, we still gonna do some K-pop records, but what we're trying to do is throw a lot of darts at the industry. So something's gonna hit.
Right.
We may need you to do like a hip hop, reggaeton, and then one
Right.
K-pop. Throw them all the darts out.
Right.
That's the
And,
thing
you
to
know,
the music in itself, though.
Yeah.
Because with the music, if you trying to do big things like that, throwing them darts, you hit it right on the head. Because every artist now, a lot of labels, they look for you to have certain music. You got to have something singing, something rapping,
Yeah.
or they trying something out the ordinary country, rock and roll.
Yeah.
You got to be able to touch. And I was telling my husband to say that you got to be able to touch.
Yeah.
Don't come to them with just one project.
Right.
Right.
Because they're going to be like, well, what else you can do? What else
Right.
can you do?
Right.
Is this it?
Yeah.
And then look at you, and then I've been in there. I told him I walked out crying before. I was like, "What you mean I can't do it?" I did it. No, you got to be able to hit everything. That's why when me and him work together, we listen to country.
Yeah.
We listen to rock. We listen to pop. We listen to rap. We listen to singing. We want to be able to have something
Nice.
out of everything. So when you tell me, do you have something like this? There go your dart right there.
Nice.
Got it.
Nice. So, is there anything you guys, ladies, want to tell the like I said, the up and coming artists, female artists, like, you know, just something inspirational? Like, what do you want to? This is your moment to. This is a moment in history, by the way, but to tell the industry what you want and how you feel about it, and you know, just inspiring kids and different
Don't
artists.
change for the others. Don't change for everybody else. Keep your same energy. Stay yourself. Because a lot of young ones, they mess up and they, listen to certain things and feel like, I got to do this and I want to do this. In order for me to make it, I got to be out here like this. And don't change for nobody else. Have faith in yourself and keep yourself up.
Awesome.
Yeah. Don't let materialistic things get you.
Right.
To where you want to be. Just be yourself. Exactly what she said. Have
For females,
respect.
it's hard.
Yeah, have respect for yourself and just know you don't got to be like everybody else. You don't got to follow what they're doing. Be the leader. Do your own thing. Start
Create your own
something
style.
new. Right.
Because that's what we have to do.
I'm about to ask a serious question to both of you ladies.
I'm gonna walk out real quick while you do that.
Shout out to Blaze, just walked in the building as well. Oh, also shout out to Nardo. He said he was going to be on the live feed. What's up, Nardo? All the people that support me, thank you so much. Thank everyone that's in the building. But let me ask you ladies a serious question. Have you ever thought of quitting the music business? Starting with Tatiana or Miss Dade.
Honestly, yes. That's real.
Mm-hmm.
And it bothers me a lot because I do think about it. It never goes away. But it's more of that, once again, if I don't be out there like Nicki Minaj or Cardi B, am I gonna make it? You second question yourself. But I realized, you know, like, look, I have my own style. I don't need to be like them. I don't have to do this. I don't have to wear this. You don't have to do it. But it came to a time where I did, and that was because I was getting in front of labels' faces, and they were they would get me hopes up high, and then just break me.
All right, so let me explain something about that real quick. So, and this is the truth. I'm telling y'all the truth about the music business. All right, so when you come into the business with no money, they easily can manipulate you and dictate where you're supposed to be going. People think this is just the music. No, it's called the music business. Okay, so you have to. That's why I tell my artists, and I have you guys on certain things paying for it, because you have to bring something to the table. And the higher level you get, promoters gonna want money. DJs want money. A&R is going to want money. Even a label, they're going to be like, look, what are you bringing to the table? Do we have to fund everything? We got an artist over here in Kentucky that's got all their stuff together. We don't really have to spend a lot of money. Then you got Dade over here. We have to groom. So, yeah, she's going to do what we say. So it's all about money. It's all about money. So that's why it's good for 7R to build our funds up, which we have money, but I mean, really build the funds up to where we can dictate what we are doing.
Right.
Because when you're asking for a check or a loan, it's just like a bank. That's all labels are. Hey, listen, I need a loan, X amount of dollars, or whether it's $1 million or whatever, we're going to pay you back on the tour. That's where the 360 deal came into play.
Right.
We want a piece of your tour, merchandise, sales, and that's when they start really dictating everything. But we want to be so powerful to where we bring our own stuff to the table and they have to buy us out. So let's say if Jive Records came to me and say, we want to buy out 7R. Kind of what happened to Cash Money. That's a big deal. That's a billions and billions. It could be all the way up to, you know what I mean? It's a big deal. So that's what I'm saying. It's important for you guys to do shows with me and us build that clientele and fan base and get money. Because once we get to a certain status, especially financially, we can dictate what we're doing. But if we come in there with our hands open like, somebody signed me, or, you know, then they're going to be able to tell you what to do.
I think I was more frustrated at that time where I said I didn't want to do it. I honestly believe that's what it was, because I was taking my own money and getting in my car, going to these different cities, it was like I'm putting in the money. I've always been told by a label, if you're not ready to invest in yourself, then they're not going to invest in you either.
Yeah.
So I was taking my money and going to these places and doing all these shows.
Getting stuck.
No, but here's the situation though. If you're going to spend your own money, and I talk to Blaze and Antonio Bands about this all the time, you have to spend it strategically. You can't just be throwing money here. Right. You know, and it goes about to when people come to me about, hey, Wade, you need to come to this event and support this event. It has to make sense to me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just can't just up and go. It has to make sense. Where do we benefit from this situation? It's not being selfish, but we're at an age where we don't have time to play. Like, what is it really going to benefit us to do this?
Right.
You know, and that's why I don't say yes to everything. Okay, go ahead, Hawaiiana.
I get frustrated sometimes, but I've never thought of quitting, only because when I am frustrated, I sing. Like, when I get depressed, I sing. Like, that's where my home is, you know? So, you, like, when I was with a different label, like, it was rough. It was hard. We were spending our money, our vehicles. We were going, you know, doing everything. It's like I would be opening up for major artists and things like that, and I would just have pictures with them, and I'm like, okay, this is all I get, you know, like, is that all I'm worth?
Right.
So I'm like, well,
that's
so
true.
I'm just all right.
True.
Well, fine. I even sung with what's her name? She came to Aqua or Globe or whatever it was called, right there off of Beach. Maya. She came, and I'm like, I was so drunk, right?
You open?
Yeah, listen to this.
I'm glad you're telling the truth.
Listen, I was so drunk that I told her, I was like, dude, I love that one song that you sung, you know, that you have. Can't remember the name of it, but I'm going to sing it for you. I sung the wrong words.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, but I was saying, she was like, let me tell you something. She goes, you have a beautiful voice. She's like, but I don't know if that's my song. I was like, me either. But
wow.
I don't remember what song it was. I was just, I opened up for her. She looked a lot different too. She doesn't look like how she.
That's
used to
a lot
look.
of celebrities. Don't you think about it?
Yeah.
They look totally different.
That's another thing that stops me because I'm like, we're getting older, and I'm just
Right.
like, everybody that in the label, industry, they want the young ones that they can, like you said, manipulate and do whatever they want with them and mold them into whatever it is.
And that's why it's important that we create our own destiny.
Right.
Was it nervous?
We're not waiting on labels to be like, hey, we going to get it either way.
Right.
Either way.
When you open up for artists, I'm like, wait a minute, was you nervous? Because you said you were drinking. Hold on, I think I do the same thing.
I think as for me, the same question. I want to say something too. Like I'll be honest. It was not quit, but it was kind of like it kind of popped in my head. It was like, should you? Was the time where my brother, he was getting ready to get signed by my older brother, God bless the dad, Vic, getting ready to sign with 904 Click. They were getting ready to get signed with Universal, and the day before he had a home invasion and they shot through the door and paralyzed him. Yeah. So he was in a wheelchair. Well, he died, but he came back to life, and then he eventually in the wheelchair. And then around the same, I think maybe I forget the time frame, but then my brother Cash went to prison. So I had one that's a paraplegic, if that's the right word, in a wheelchair, and he's almost out of here. And then I got Cash, so I felt in a way alone because I always had their comfort. Even though I'm doing my own thing, I already had my brothers, like they,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I can call them for anything, So that was the only time it was a rough time for me. So shout out to T-Pain, though. I went down to Orlando, and he brought me on his tour bus, and he catered to me. He knew I was kind of out of it, you know what I mean? He could tell, you know what I mean? So hats off to him. But so D, let's talk to you a little bit. So D, being that you're part of this new 7R movement, we are happy to have you.
Appreciate it, me too.
What is your lane you think that you're gonna bring to the label?
Everything. I'm rapping about everything.
Okay.
I ain't gonna be in no box.
All right.
It's whatever.
So you're very diverse, you would
Yeah.
say. Okay.
Thanks to Miss Dade, I am now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So it
That
ain't
is
no
so
limit.
sweet.
Yeah, you got a good wife, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Ain't
good.
no
Force.
Yeah. Force. Y'all a force?
Yeah.
Okay.
And writing music for artists too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's another thing too. In La Hawaiiana, y'all need to start doing a little bit more writing for artists too in the industry because that's big money.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever.
Ghostwriter.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of doing that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know where to go and the sources and all that?
No, I know a few people, but
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that later. And shout out to K1 on the cam. What's up, K1?
hey.
Yo. So we're excited about this whole movement, and y'all just remember, things get tough. Things get you got to push through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people on the label. I know. Sometimes you feel like you don't get enough attention, but that's not my intentions to leave you out. Okay, right. So y'all hearing it out of the horse's mouth. And so one more thing I want to talk about, as for, your songwriting process. Dave, do you have a certain strategy? Like do you do verse first, hook? When you're writing a song, what is your strategy of that?
Oh, I've always been told if I write, just be prepared. Okay. I try to write more now because I think I get more feelings in it. Okay. I want to say when writing, but normally, I'm just a freestyle artist. I started that way. I started battling against females. It got boring. I'm not gonna lie, it got boring. So I was like, put me in with the guys. I want to go off with them. But when I hear it, like he'll tell you, I'll hear a beat and he'll be like, "Hey, what you doing?" I'm in a car like this writing, taking stuff out the glove department, just writing all over everything. He go in the room, babe, what is this? I got music everywhere.
Lyrics everywhere.
Pulling out the purse.
Yeah. It's. I wake up at 3:30 in the morning and I'll be writing. He be like, "Babe, what?" Never mind.
Sounds like an obsession.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It really is. It really, really is. I mean, I do but I listen to the music more of anything. I'm a beat listener. You can put a song on in front of me.
Just to beat.
And I'll listen to the beat. But most of the time, being a rapper, you can't do it like you used to be able to do back in the day where you can listen to be like, I'm going to take the beat out and just listen to what the rapper's actually talking
right,
about.
and then go with it.
And then see, because I normally don't listen to any kind of music unless I can understand what the song has meaning to it.
Right. Exactly.
I really won't listen to it.
Let me ask you this before I get to La Hawaiiana. I ain't gonna lie, like a lot of my stuff I like, but sometimes I'd be like, I don't even want to hear myself. Is that y'all? Is that just
Yeah.
me?
That's me.
I feel.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm
Same
tired
way.
of hearing myself. Like,
Yeah.
That's me all day.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't like this song.
Yeah.
But everybody, I like it.
But it'd be the
Push it.
one. It'd be the one that you don't like. Be the one that everybody like.
That happen all the time.
I'm like, why is that? That's weird. Okay, go ahead, La Hawaiiana.
You just throw me a beat and I start with the hook. That's how
Oh,
I do
me
it.
too. So I write like you. Yeah, I go. Everything's off the hook.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has to be off the hook. That's the whole meaning of the song right there.
Well, but I'm saying there's times where you can write the verse first and then the hook comes in.
It came to that. Like, I thought it was a hook, but it was the beginning of a song.
Okay.
So, yeah, like the one that I was working on, like that whole notebook is just, it was a new notebook. It's filled with just different lyrics. I'm just like, how am I going to put this together? Me and Q were together it was like yesterday or day before yesterday. And I had lyrics and we were just listening to different beats. And he's like, all right, well, let's figure out which one, goes with it. So we found it. So I need to go back over there and we need to record. So.
Okay, good. So, do you enjoy the process of working with Q? 'Cause
Yeah.
he's a seasoned too.
Not only
he's part
that,
of the old group Self Rich with me.
He's very easygoing, and he tells you how it is. Like he told me, he was like, I don't like that beat. He was like, if you like it, it's good, but I don't like the beat. And I'm like, all right, so we'll listen to something else. And then we agreed on one beat, and it was good.
Just because I know he watching Q, you got that from me. Because that's one thing. Everybody be like, Dade, do you just not care what you... I do care. But my dad always told me, you got to be real about it. So if you don't be real with them about it, you're not going to be real with yourself.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So have there... what is your favorite song that you've ever made, starting with Dade?
The Broken Hearted with Chris Brown.
I don't think I got... You never sent me that.
I have to.
Yeah, I keep hearing about this song, but you never...
It's like it's like right around that time, right after we did our song together. I want to say maybe 6 months after that, because that's when my brother got killed. And that song really, if you listen to the lyric, like, put it this way, you know how you go in the studio. I can go in the studio and take a song out in 5 minutes or so?
Yeah.
I can lay a whole song in 5 minutes. And I'm going to go in there and I'm just stay and I'm out. With that song, it broke me. It took me, that's the first time it ever took me 4 hours to record one track.
That's deep.
I couldn't stop crying. It was just going through my head.
So it was really emotional.
It was
Awesome.
But that one would be, I'm going to send it to you. Though, yeah.
Okay. What about you, La Hawaiiana?
Me, the one that I let you hear, the one that it's kind of hard for me to finish. I don't know why, but it's If I Should Go, and it's the one that has the ukulele in the background with
Did
it.
you sent me that track?
No, I let you listen to it. I might have sent it to you. I don't know. I'll send it to you again.
Let's make sure we hear that.
Just got the hook though.
She got the nugget. She got the golden nugget. I ain't even heard it.
But yeah, that one and the one that I made, it was actually my producer at the time when I was doing Spanish music. It was called Acércate. It means closer, like get close to me. It was a reggaeton song, and it got really big. Like I told you, it got big over in Savannah and all in Georgia. And Tampa. Tampa's also really good, too.
They show love.
Yeah, they definitely do. That song was, like, because we did that song, like, out of nowhere. It was just like, hey, I just made this beat. Let's go ahead. His name is Huito El Jefe. He makes dope beats. He is so good. But right now he's in Mexico, so he'll be back next week or something. So he's definitely somebody to look at. He makes his own music. He writes. He used to write for me. Like, he's really good. So, but that was a good song because all of my friends, like my best friend, she passed away in 2012 or 13, and she was murdered. So, yeah, they're still looking for who did it.
They do my brother like that too.
Yeah, and yeah. So that song, she knew that whole song, and every time I would perform it, she was like my number one fan. She'd be there. All my friends, like I have a video on YouTube somewhere, but they were all singing my song, and that it feels good when you have everybody supporting you, and that's what I'm saying. Like back in the day, I had a lot of supporters, but it's like, you know, when she passed away, everybody kind of went their own way, and you know, we just had our big clique that we were always together.
So it was a big blow on your whole
definitely.
team.
I stopped going on stage after that. Like it kind of scared me after that.
Jeez.
So the last show that I did after she passed away was the Filipino Pride Day, and that was something I always did every year. And I only did it because I was performing with some big artists that were from the Philippines, so I did it. And then, but yeah, it scared me from going back on stage because her boyfriend was my hype man. That's why I told you, like when Blaze gets up there, he brings the life out of the song.
Right.
So that's how we used to do it, and
Nice.
that was like 2000. I stopped like 2013, and that's when I told you I was like, yeah, I was signed, and we were actually talking about it again, and this and that, and then I ended up coming to you because I wanted to get out of the Spanish industry, and like I said, even though I'm Filipino and Hawaiian and I sing in Spanish, I don't get as much supporters as you think I would, because a lot of females, they would, so I'd be performing, right, at a Spanish club. All the guys would be watching, but all the girls' backs would be like the other way. Like it's so much hate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be mad. I mean, be proud that somebody in Jacksonville, you know what I'm saying, is representing you guys, but it's not how it
goes
works.
back to the crab pot thing again.
Yeah, it's not how it works. They're like, what does she have that I don't, Bitch,
It's always
I got it all. I don't know
It's
about
always
you, but I got it all.
It's always competition.
Don't question me.
Okay.
I'm just
It's
kidding.
always competition.
Yeah, always. Definitely.
That's crazy. Yeah. Just like I said, this industry can be vicious. I've seen it. I've had a lot of industry people pass. So I've seen the good side of the industry by going on tour with Kelly Clarkson, seeing how things should be in the proper world.
Right.
And then I start hanging out with my brothers and them, where I'm seeing we're going to every the trap clubs and.
That didn't switch you up in your mind, like
that's why people don't understand when it comes to me. I'm so diverse, because I've seen both sides. Yeah. So when I tell y'all to be corporate on this end,
right,
and then you can go back to this, you got like my mom always said, you got to be a chameleon. You got to be able to adjust in your different
Right, definitely.
All right, y'all. The time is up. Shout out to everybody that watched this session. We're gonna be sharing it like crazy, so you're gonna see them. They're about to blow up off of this, because I'm gonna share it like it's no tomorrow. So I want to thank Dee.
Appreciate it.
Queen Dade's husband. I want to thank Queen Dade for doing this interview. And this is part 1. So we're gonna do another interview with these ladies.
One more thing too.
Yeah.
I don't want to cut everybody off, but also too. Me and Wade have talked already, so we're going to be trying to do some big moves and major moves, like you said, about branching outwards and everything like that. So I do want to give a special shout out to I Serve the Hood, which is in Alabama.
Shout out to Alabama.
We have a big old show coming up in March, and video and all of that. So y'all, please stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We finna tune up.
Yeah.
I Serve the Hood, and they, I support them.
Shout out to Alabama. We coming.
Yeah.
If not all of
Miami,
us,
I'm
most of
coming.
us will be out there representing. So
Richmond, we coming. We come as a group. I done told them all. We come as a group.
So Virginia too, right?
It's Richmond, Virginia, Texas, Sacramento, California, Alabama, of course, and right now we on the ups and out with New York, because they actually shutting down more stuff. So.
Okay, awesome. And Hawaiiana, thank you for coming. It's early, guys. I know, so we're gonna have to share it because a lot of people are asleep, but we're gonna share it out.
Right.
And thank you, Hawaiiana, for coming. Of
course.
It means a lot to us. Thank you so
No
much.
problem.
All right, this is it, y'all. 7R Music, we coming. See y'all later. Peace.